two. It's the ultimate sports battle royale, Texas side. This coming Monday on First Take, it's Cowboys fans versus moi. Yours truly, Southern Steve. As First Take returns to Texas Live in Arlington, Texas, ahead of the Cardinals-Cowboys game. The fun starts at 10 a.m. Eastern, and if you're in the area, please come down and join us, and stay late for the Stephen A. Smith Show from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. The boys in the house all day long.
Oh, baby. On Monday, the 3-win Cowboys host Kyler Murray, and the Cardinals. Stephen A. will be in the house. The Cowboys are coming off a disappointing Week 8 loss where the defense struggled. But it wasn't great for Dak in the offense either. And Dak has been having a great season prior to Sunday's disaster in Denver. But head coach Brian Schottenheimer had some strong words about the entire state team.
None of us have done good enough. That's real. I mean, our scorecard is what it is, and that's not just, defensively, that's offensively, we're a football team that's 3-4-1. You can take the stats on offense and shove them up your ass. As far as I'm concerned, is what it is. We want to win.
Okay, Shotty, we welcome in Mina Kimes to the show. Mina, what do you make of what Shotty just had to say?
Mina.
Hello. I think he's right. First, I'd like to say, I think Brian Schottenheimer has done a fantastic job. This was a coaching hire. A lot of us kind of raised our eyebrows, didn't seem like the first choice. And all he's done is come in and call one of the best offenses in football. He didn't ask for their best defensive player to be traded before the season starts. So he's done everything he can, I think, with the personnel at his disposal. Dan and I both agree that he probably needs to be more aggressive moving forward because of the defense being so poor, but I do think he deserves credit for how he has led this team, how he has led this offense, and really what this offense has shown us that they're capable of. I know that they had a bad game. It was one game. This is still a very, very good offense. And unfortunately for him, it doesn't seem like there's a trade in the offing that could make the defense even close to what it needs to be. But all they can do is continue to call the best offense, or he can call the best offense he can going forward, and hope that they can compensate for it on that side of the ball.
Yeah, listen, this is a historically bad defense. Yeah. Historically bad. You can make the case, there's a lot of things that say it's one of the worst defenses in the NFL over the last 20 years, okay? I think the offense has been really good at times. And I think there's area for growth for this offense. They haven't been great in the red zone. And let's be honest, the 4 losses that they have, they've averaged like 21 or 22 points a game in those losses. I understand, they were great against the Packers, but they weren't very good against the Jets. They weren't very good against the Chicago Bears. They weren't very good last week. And so there's been moments where this offense has been exceptional and often against pretty poor defenses. And then there's been moments where there's been some left to be desired for their performance. So when it comes to like the Cowboys and Shotty's comments, I agree he's been very impressive. It's made me ask the question, why hasn't he been calling plays more in Dallas over the past couple of years? But this offense isn't consistent enough right now for me. This offense isn't consistently elite enough to overcome a historically poor performing defense.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think what Mina said at the top of this is the most important. Brian Schottenheimer deserved this job, and he's earned the right to continue to do this job, even with this defense playing at the poor level they're playing at. And then, we gave him a hard time when he talked about the difference in Cincinnati last year and Dallas, because they also had a poor defense last year. You could hang your hat on Joe Burrow playing at that level week in and week out. You could do the same for T. Higgins. You could do the same for Jamar Chase. The ups and downs of the Dallas Cowboys offense is what makes you a little bit skeptical about, even if they go out and get a playmaker, which you need more on defense, could this team be good enough to make a run to the playoffs? And I just don't think they can. The problem that I saw against the Chicago Bears and also against the Denver Broncos, though, is that sometimes this defense is so poor, they put Dak and this offense at a disadvantage because now you take Javonte Williams out of the play.
That's
right?
fair.
Out of play. You can't give him the ball. You can't consistently run. And to me, that's when we've seen Dak play take a step back.
First things first.
Let's go.
When it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, allow me to say this. The man got the job. Obviously, Jerry Jones was perceived as taking the shortcut or whatever. I can't believe this. I'm actually a fan of Brian Schottenheimer.
Let's go. Totally.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm actually a fan of his.
Totally.
I genuinely like him. You know, when you think about somebody like a Wade Phillips, for example, he was a likable guy as your head coach, a good man, you know, which obviously he had the right pedigree with his dad and all of this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you knew something was missing. You don't get that whatever's missing from the Dallas Cowboys is because of Brian Schottenheimer. You got that with Jason Garrett. You did. Let's just call it what it is. Doing a good job on NBC. Congratulations, not knocking them. But when he was there, you thought something was missing from the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, how many times you just gonna applaud no matter what's going wrong with y'all? That ain't what we seeing from Brian Schottenheimer. What we're seeing from Brian Schottenheimer was some things we saw from Marty Schottenheimer. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, listen, we all know that Marty Schottenheimer was a hell of a coach. Was a hell of a coach, okay? I'm looking at Javonte Williams, second in the league in touchdowns. I'm looking at Ferguson as a top tight end in the National Football League. We know what Dak is doing. We know what CD and Pickens can do. We see it, and all the pieces are there. I think the greatest thing that you can say about Brian Schottenheimer is that, what do I always say? Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. It ain't him.
Yeah.
It ain't him right now. It's not him. But it is that damn defense. And we gonna remind the world that there's two sides. There's three, you want to ask special teams. There's really two sides. It's defense. 31st in total defense.
This is brutal.
31st in scoring defense. 31st in pass defense.
Who's 30?
29th in run defense. Dead last, number 32 in third down defense. Red zone defense, 28. It's on you, Jerry. It's on you, my Libra buddy. My Libra buddy. It's on you because you've got to do something to have the offensive weapons that they have combined with getting, let's face it, what we didn't expect from Brian Schottenheimer. We don't see a man as their head coach that's deficient at his job. Brian Schottenheimer looks very, very capable. This offense looks very, very capable. Now, Overshown's getting ready to come back, practice this week. You understand? Coming back for the first time. You understand? Against the Raiders. That's the only reason we ain't calling it a bye week, because he actually go out there and tackle. Because the Raiders are essentially a bye week. We understand that, how horrible they are, okay? The point is, you going to get your boys some help? What are you going to do?
It's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter.
I understand that, but what I'm saying to you, he's got to try. Because the deficiency.
It's the question I asked you, though. If you try, you got to say I made a mistake.
Okay.
Can your league,
I'm working on that.
Not you, I'm saying Jerry Jones.
I'm saying we're working on trying to get them to admit.
Oh, okay.
we working. Get there on Monday?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to see my buddy. He's going to see me on Monday. We're working on him like, yo, Jerry, you got to admit you made a mistake. Your boy Stephen A. trying to help you. I'm usually not that person for the Cowboys. I'm usually looking to troll them. I'm usually looking to laugh at them. You understand? I want meeting them. I'm coming to see you Monday, girl. I'll be there with you. I'm going to be laughing. You know, I love laughing at them damn miserable Cowboy fans. I want to see them crying. I want to see their holidays ruined. I'm making an exception. I'm changing a little bit here. Because I'm like, yo, you got a chance. You got a chance. You got to try to do something. Because if the Dallas Cowboys are just middle of the road, think about the noise they could make. That's what I'm saying.
Quick note, it wasn't just Micah, which was obviously one of the colossal trades.
Sure.
DeMarcus Lawrence is having a career resurgence up in Seattle. They let him walk. Jordan Lewis is great in Jacksonville. They let him walk. This defense, you can only ask so much from these players. They aren't superstars out there. So we'll see how it happens. But as we talk Cowboys, before we go, we actually wanted to check in with some of our new colleagues because they had some thoughts too. Take a listen.
This is our second week on ESPN.
Yes.
And we still haven't talked about the Cowboys. Isn't that amazing?
Cowboys. You know, they have a contractually obligated to talk about the Cowboys every day, even though their defense can't stop a bloody nose.
Stay off my team.
What?
Stay off the Cowboys.
Yep, they fit right in.
Hey, they're perfect. They are perfect.
They absolutely are. But Chuck and Shaq going to fight over that because, you know, Chuck will call it like he sees it, and Shaq is a closet Cowboy fan in his own way and stuff like that because he's one of the people that I laugh at when they're going down. I had Denzel come on here a few months ago. He like Jerry called out Jerry Jones in a very volatile fashion. Denzel was very, very upset.
He was Alonzo.
That's right.
That was Alonzo
That's
Denzel.
Right. My man fan, Omar Epps. I mean, another Cowboy. I know Homer Allen. There's a whole bunch of Cowboy fans I've been trolling all of these years. You understand what I'm saying? And I save it for them. They know I get quiet because I'm waiting for the holiday season when your nose dies.
Well, they're going to have
but they're not
another year.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think if Jerry Jones goes out there, Mina, and gets just a piece.
You think what?
I think you should try. I think you should try.
But what do you think that does?
I think that puts them in a position to compete for a playoff spot.
No.
Hold on.
One player's not enough. Like if they added Trey Hendrickson, by example, does that not
No.
do anything? No.
This team ain't going to the playoffs.
Done deal.
I don't think so either. But I think they got a chance. You got to try. You don't think they should do anything? Go ahead, Mina.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mina.
No, I mean, I agree with Stephen A. I do think the offense is good enough to where it is worth trying to get better on defense. Dan, I don't agree with you that this is historically bad defense. I think they're bad, but having looked at the numbers myself, they're not historically bad. I look at this Cowboys schedule, and I see them getting to 8 wins, frankly, which is not enough to make a playoff spot. Is it possible that they could steal another win and be in contention for a wild card? Yeah, it's possible. I'm not saying it's likely or that they're a favorite. Obviously, they're not going to win the division, but it's possible. They're 3-4, guys. Like, I do not think, when I look at this team, the offense is good enough to where I do not think it is time to write them off altogether. Obviously, the defense has to improve. Obviously, you want them to be playing, if not average, at least below average, and that seems hard to get to. But they can absolutely get to 8 wins, and then, we'll see what happens from there.
I get the 3-game stretch: Philly, Kansas City, Detroit. I expect them to lose at least 2 of those games. They could beat the Cardinals. They will beat the Raiders. Okay, why not beat Minnesota? They could beat the Chargers. That's a home game in Dallas. They can beat the Chargers. And then you got the Commanders and the New York Giants.
Okay, guys. Number one, this team, as far as defensive efficiency rise, over the last 20 years would rank 632nd out of 640 available defenses. That's historically bad, MK. Number two, there's 6 out of the 7.
When you say defensive efficiency, what do you mean?
The six out of the 7 NFC playoff teams are already in. They're locks. There's 10 teams fighting for 1 playoff spot.
Yeah.
The 6 teams that are already in the NFC playoffs: Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, the Rams, Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's 6. Only 7 are getting in. So that means that you're telling me that you think it's more likely Dallas is getting in over a San Francisco? Can they get a pass rusher? Then who do you believe in more, San Francisco or Dallas? What about Atlanta? Because their talent is just about as good as anybody going. Atlanta can very much so.
Commanders, Minnesota.
What about Minnesota? Could they get healthy? Could they play better? So 6 out of the 7 are locks. Dallas, are you taking Dallas?
But the point is not, I think Mina understands that. She said, is it likely? No. But there's also something to trying, right? There's something to saying, hey, you know what? We didn't expect to be this good on offense. We may not have expected Brian Schottenheimer to do what he's doing as a play caller, as a head coach, as a delegator. Let's go give these dudes something to fight about. Like, that's the other piece when you're looking at George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, when you're getting your doors blown off and people are running up and down the field. Like, I've been on a team that defensively was like that, and then you had to go on the field and watch an offense and be like, okay, we ain't got no shot.
Sure.
And it's hard to get up week after week after week and keep fighting. If Jerry Jones says, you know what? I let Jordan Lewis go, like you said, or I let Michael Parsons go. We let DeMarcus Lawrence go. Let's go try to help these dudes. Let me go do some work. And at least now you walk into a locker room like, we ain't giving up. Because you play with this defense, you're giving up.
I'm very, very disappointed, Dan, that RC had to explain that to you.
I'm
very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Just standing pat and just leave the rest of the team hanging out. This is what we have. We ain't going anywhere. This shit, just accept it. That's what you basically asked.
Wait till the offseason?
I'm very disappointed in you. Let's go to break. I'm very disappointed. Let's recover in there. I don't understand, Dan. I don't understand you right now.
You have a chance to redeem yourself. We have a very special Orlovsky A-list on the way. Let's go. Who are the top 5 quarterbacks playing right now? Ooh, I can already think of
He gonna mess it up on purpose.
I was gonna say, like, there's gonna be some trick here.
Honest with my list.
Like, Tyler Shuck is on my list.
Yeah.
Will Aaron Rodgers take the Steelers to the AFC North title, or is it more likely Jonathan Taylor leads the Colts to the 1 seed of the AFC? We have a take you do not want to miss.
It's a good list. It's a good list.